Good morning, friends. Today, good morning, all. Today, we are going to learn this beautiful poem once again in English. You know very well, she walks in beauty. She walks in beauty. So, yesterday we learned in Marathi. Now we are going to learn once again in English. So, George Gordon Byron. He is one of the best English literature person from, definitely we can say, in London, I think. See once again? Yes, London. So now, Byron. George Byron. His nature is different. He was such a candidate who always used to enjoy, and enjoy. Actually, what is the background of particular this poem? She walks in beauty. Actually, one day he went to party. Maximum time he used to go to party. He was one of the drunkards. Maximum time he used drink. But he was good in nature. He knows what is beauty. So one day he went to party in evening session. Actually, this party was nothing but it is the funeral procession. Okay. So in England especially, there were maximum people they used to wear black clothes in the funeral. Here in our India, maximum people wear, you know very well, white clothes. But they are black clothes. So what happened there? So there he observed a beautiful woman. Her name is definitely Wilmot. So George Byron was very much influenced by the beauty of that lady Wilmot. Very much influenced. So he was too much fascinated because of her dark and bright beauty. Actually, she was one of the best. She was one of the most beautiful, we can say, lady in that party. So what happened? Because of her beauty, he was very much influenced, and actually the date was definitely at that moment. Date was 1815. This poem is published, mind it well, and 1814 when he went to the party and influenced very much. So this is one of the best and beautiful poem by George Byron. He was a romantic poet. Now we must focus on our line to line discussion. Just pay attention. I had told you totally background about that particular poem. It is one of the best. And now actually he denied. Maximum criticism said that about definitely he falls in love in that lady, but he denied that. He said that I am not at all such a person who love deeply in that particular woman. So now line to line discussion. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies. Climes means climate. Climes. climate. She walks in beauty means actually she was walking with beauty, not at all. She was walking and her walking is definitely best and nice, not at all. The meaning from that particular sentence, she was the most beautiful lady. Mind it well. She was the most beautiful lady in that party. So, because actually that man is definitely very much influenced. Again and again I am telling you, very much influenced and fascinated because of her beauty. But he didn't do anything there. Actually, when he observed and went to home, the next day he had written this beautiful poem. So, because of her beauty, he has written this poem. So, she walks in beauty like the night, of course, in the very beginning of the two lines. Actually, that particular lady was unaware about it, but he focused only on that lady. So, in the very beginning, she walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies. So, he has used here simile. Simile means you know very well, it is the figure of speech. In a simile, comparison is made between two objects that have at least one point in common. Mind it well. Comparison is made between two objects that have at least one point in common. So here he compares her beauty with, look at there, the night. Night. In the same way, cloudless climate. Cloudless climate. So, here woman, we can say, he compares women with night cloudless climate. You know very well, in afternoon session, if we observe, there is not at all any beauty we can see. But in evening session, where there are maximum, when we definitely see above, then automatically where there is cloudless atmosphere at the moment, if we observe above, then we come to know that there is the beautiful night with stars everywhere, and this beauty definitely this beauty compares with that woman's beauty. Mind it well. So in the very beginning, he has written, he compares women with night cloudless climate. Once again, he compares beauty. Again and again, whole story revolves around that woman. Whole story completely revolves around that woman, and very beginning of the stanza, very beginning of the two sentences, he compares that woman particular with night cloudless climate. Now, and all that's based of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes. So when we observe beauty, then we come to know that cheeks, we come to know that eyes, we come to know that definitely rape of lock, or we can see there is stress used by the writer, by the poet particular. So now in the third line, and all that's based of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes. So she was mingled with dark and bright combination. So combination dark and bright. Are you listening my voice? Good. Dark and bright combination. Okay. So actually that lady was fair. That lady was fair, but she was wearing what? Black sari. In the very beginning I had told you. Black sari for what? For funeral. Black sari. So, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes. And because of this dark and bright combination, she was looking charming. She was looking charming. And when we see any one of the ladies with fair appearance and with black saree, then automatically our mind fixed with that particular lady, because you know very well, when we see any beauties, when we see different types of new things, then automatically we can focus on that particular thing, maybe living things or non-living things, mind it well. But here this is the living things creature, and he was very much influenced by the beauty. So that's why, because he was also a romantic poet, his thinking is romantic in nature. Now meeting her aspect and her eyes, because of aspect means feature. Aspect means feature, means face look, we can say in our language, face look. So aspect, you know very well, when we observe anyone, then first of all, when can we call that person is handsome? Because of his eyes, because of forehead, because of hairstyle. Not at all we think just about the clothes, mind it well. Now, so she was looking so much beautiful because of the aspect and eyes. Her eyes was also charming. Her face looked admirable. Her each and everything from definitely from the leg toes to the top hairs. Each and everything. Her hands, her cheeks, her forehead, her eyebrow, her clothes, everything. That's why poet expressed here, she was mingled with dark and bright combination. So, dark color is also nice, no doubt. But dark and bright combination is unbelievable, no doubt. Now, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven gaudy day denies. So smooth and soft. Mellowed means what? Smooth and soft to that tender light. And because you know very well, when we go to the party, then definitely maximum lights focus on everyone. So because of that light, she was looking so much beautiful again, and with soft and smooth, which heaven to gaudy they denies. Here use heaven. Heaven means what? Beautiful. Swarg we can say in Marathi, but beautiful place. Here he has used heaven. Why this so? Because he thought about her, and he was thinking that he also compares heaven with that beautiful lady. But here, you know very well, in daylight, what happened? In daylight, actually, there is not at all we can find the beauty of nature in daylight. But when we enter into the evening, because of the cloudless sky, because of the stars, one can find beauty. Okay, so such type of beauty he could see in the night. Mind it well. So he was too much influenced. He was thinking about eyes, he was thinking about forehead, he was thinking about hair, he was even thinking about her clothes, her black sari. He wasn't thinking about that we came in the funeral party. He wasn't thinking, look at, he was just thinking about the beauty. He wasn't thinking about the funeral. Okay? Now, it is said that everything is fair in love and war. He entered into the party in funeral party we can say, but he was thinking about her beauty. So we can say that it is not at all a good thing, but this is foreign culture. We don't do anything about that. Now, second stanza. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace, which waves in every raven trace, or softly lightens over her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express, how pure, how dear their dwelling place. So, we are going to turn definitely toward the second stanza. One shade the more, one rays the less. So she was mingled with dark and bright combination. If there is the one shade more, if there is the one shade less, one ray less, then what will happen? Her beauty will definitely damage. But there is, her beauty is in exist. Why is so? Because everything is fine with her. Dark and bright combination gives her too much superb and outstanding beauty. So, which waves in every raven trace in the same way. You know very well, girls, and the woman beauty is in her hairs. You know. So, because of her rape of lock, means here used raven trace. Raven trace. Look. Actually, raven means what actually? Raven means one of the bird. It is the kind of bird, just like our crow. And trace means we can say rape of lock. Rape of lock or her hairs. Okay? In our language, her hairs. I can't do anything now, friends. Okay? 6:15 is already boundary. Come to the point. So now, rape of lock, hairs, raven trace. So what happened? So because of definitely that particular raven trace, what happened? She was looking once in the very beginning, forehead, eyebrow, cheeks, and finally he used that the hairstyle of that woman. Because of her hairstyle, again and again her hair comes on her face, and because of her hair, because of her beautiful black saree, because of fairing charming face, she was looking unbelievable. He was definitely a romantic poet. That's why he always thinking about what? Beauty, beauty and just beauty. So now, one shade or softly lightens which waves in every raven trace, or softly lightens over her face. And because of lights in the party, you know very well, there are everywhere the lights, rays of lights everywhere. And because of rays of light, what happen? Party where we can wear. And then what happen? We look very charming, we look very attractive in the party, especially in the foreign parties. Where thoughts serenely sweet express, how pure, how dear their dwelling place. Where thoughts serenely, and in the same way. In the very beginning of the lines, he used for her the external beauty he expressed. But after that, some beginning lines, what happened? He was thinking about her internal beauty. Now, where thoughts serenely sweet express, she was thinking very nicely, good thinking, good thoughts in her mind. That's why she was looking very beautiful. When we think good thoughts, when we thinking a nice and happy things, then automatically our face will turn into a beautiful one. Now, how pure, how dear their dwelling place. Definitely that particular dwelling place, particular that party. So she was the such lady who was too much pure, too much innocent, just like a child. Now, and third stanza we are going to learn. And on that cheek and over that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smile that beam, the tints that glow, but tale of days in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. Final stanza. It is definitely a good one, nice one. If we think about it, then picturesque view creates in our mind, in front of our eyes. So, and on that cheek and over that over that brow means here forehead. Okay, this is forehead. So on that cheek means gal. I had told you in the very beginning. He praises her beauty That's why he was thinking about the cheeks, eyebrow, forehead, lips, hairstyle, and outer appearance, each and everything. So here he expressed in the third stanza, and on that cheek and over that brow, so soft, so calm, and eloquent. Look at that. So she was looking too much calm. In the same way, her cheek, her face, and over that brow and forehead, each and everything was definitely an unbelievable and praisable. The smile that win the tints that glow, and because of her smiling face, she was winning each and everyone's mind. Because of when we smile, then automatically we can create happiness everywhere. That's why it is said that laugh, laugh, and enjoy life. So soft, so calm, yet eloquent, and because of her calm nature, because of her beauty, her face was looking expressive. The smile that win the tints that glow, but tale of days in goodness spent. He was thinking that she has spent more good days. She has done very good things. That's why she was looking so much beautiful. A mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent, and definitely her mind is pure. There is not at all any envy, there is not at all any drawback. That's why her mind. So internal expression, definitely external facial looking, in the same way eternal mind beauty. So both beauty he has definitely expressed in her beautiful poem. She was looking just like the innocent child. So you know very well, innocent child always good, and everyone attract to that particular innocent child. In the same way, she was looking just like the innocent child. So because of romantic poet, because of romantic thoughts, he has used so many good terms, so many good things. So this poem gives definitely, this poem gives us happiness. This poem creates a visual view in front of us. So this is one of the beautiful poem by Byron. Thank you very much.